Hey everyone, welcome to DKFC, where we're talking week 33 in the Premier League. That's right, the season is almost over, but we've got all the exciting information you need right here. Joining me from DraftKings, our staff writer, Jamie Hinks. Also, Andy Davies and Tyrone Atkins. Now, of course, on DraftKings, your whole thing is to put together an 11-man roster. Your 11-man, your goalie, defenders, midfielders, forwards, and utility players. So who are you going to choose? Who's on your team? I'm going to ask these guys, who's your 11 men? Who are the 11 men you're taking with you? So let's start in goal. Andy, take me through your goal.
Well, as we all know, I don't like goalkeepers and defenders, so I go cheap. I have spent 3.7 thousand on Arthur Boric.
Love it.
For the reason he's playing Villa. You might as well pick him for the one game. He's probably going to keep a clean sheet. So yeah, I've gone for him. He only averages 5 points a game, but I imagine that will go up this week because I don't expect Villa to score past him. Villa don't tend to score past anybody.
You could be sitting down all game and just
just kind of wandering around.
Exactly.
Wandering around, taking a few selfies with the fans behind the goal. That'd be nice. He'll have a nice day out. Birmingham's a good city, but he'll have some fun.
Wonderful city. Wonderful city. We don't sponsor any teams, but maybe soon. Jamie, who's your goalie?
Same.
Hey!
I don't really need to say anything else. It's all been addressed.
My literal reason written down was playing Villa.
I said, mine's expected clean sheet against Villa and win. Probably not any saves.
Tyrone, are we going for the trifecta here, or who you got?
Well, I disagree. I think Boric might have 1 or 2 saves, and he might let one in. But all the same, I've gone for Arthur Boric.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a full house because he's playing Villa. That's it. What other reason? He's very cheap. He's playing against the worst team in Premier League history. He's not without talent either, Mr. Boric. He shouldn't have much to do because he's playing Villa. But yeah, in terms of pure budget and logic, I plucked for Mr. Boric.
I think he might. Do you remember when he did a Cruyff turn against Arsenal and got tackled? I think he might be able to get away with it here.
He might be able to pull that off finally. That's suicidal.
He might do a scorpion kick as well.
He might score. He might do an Adrian and go the whole
How
way.
many DraftKings points would that be?
It would break.
10. Oh my God! But it would be so great though.
It would break DraftKings. That's what that would.
The site would go down.
A goalkeeper has scored. It wouldn't compute. Boom. The system explodes.
So, guys have chosen the same goalkeeper all around. You should probably choose that one too. Seems like a good piece of advice. Defenders. Tyrone, who do we get defending?
One of my favourite defenders. It's not DeAndre Yedlin, I have to say, because he's playing on Sunday. Otherwise, he would. I read a wonderful article about him on Sky today. I tweeted it over to Jamie. Jamie didn't respond, so I just assumed he didn't bother reading it. You went,
I saw the headline and I was like, no.
Ty's like, yeah, but it's really good. It's basically saying DeAndre, he's ready. He's ready to return to Spurs in the summer. And
What, his third choice right back?
Yeah, he's played 6 games in a row now at Sunderland. He believes he's got all the faith in the world, and now he is a confirmed Premier League player. However, I haven't picked him, but I have picked one of my favourites, Alain Niom. I have. He does well. He averages 7.4. He's still very cheap at 3.2. I'm going to get a believer out of one of these two. Surely one of these two have picked Niom as well today. We will find out. But I think, I don't think Everton are going to do too much damage against him, so I've gone for him. I've gone for Mr. Smith from Bournemouth. Again, Bournemouth playing Villa, so it's sensible to pick some Bournemouth players for this weekend. And he's only 3.6, so again, very cheap. And then I've gone for, even though they're playing Chelsea, I've gone for Rangel. Yeah, I've gone for Rangel. Same reason, 3.1 thousand. So I've got very, very cheap back 3 defenders this week. But I think they should all do all right.
Choosing someone against your own team. Jamie, let's go your defenders. Who do you got?
I've got a nice little Bournemouth stat going on. So I've got Simon Francis, 2,800. Yeah, I think you'll be able to take advantage of bonuses because he could even score a header. They're just so shit, Villa. I think he's a centre-back, he's a right-back that's been playing at centre-back this season, so he does get forward a little bit from centre. He's a bit like Daily Blind. He gets forward quite a bit. I've also gone for Alain Niom.
Yeah, I knew I'd convert one of these guys soon.
I had a little look.
Always trying to convert guys.
That's me.
I had a little look through his stats earlier. He makes a lot of tackles, and Everton do a lot of their attacking down the wing. So I think he'd have a lot of chances to make tackles. And third, Ryan Bertrand, former Chelsea, now at Southampton. They're playing Newcastle, who are also in the SHIT column. acquitted himself very well against Leicester last week. Actually, got 16.5 points, even though Southampton didn't even score. So I'm counting on him at 4,100 doing it again this week.
4,100 is a pretty good deal for someone like that.
Yeah.
Those kind of points. Andy, who do you got in your defenders?
Well, my budget back three, as always, is I've got Martin Olsen of Norwich because I think there's going to be a good game against Palace. I think the fullbacks are going to get forward often, but he'll also have a lot of work to do as well. So he's going to be a busy guy. And he gets plenty of crosses, and he scored last week as well, so he won't. That was his first goal.
Great goal.
Great goal, but it was something like his first goal in 18 years, even at youth level. He hadn't scored. I've also got for Matt Targett. He's doubtful. I hear he's doubtful, but he should, if he plays. Southampton are going to get a clean sheet against Newcastle, and he's only 3.4, and he averages 8.1 a game. And then there is a hat-trick here of Neom's.
Yes!
Neom.
Wow. The Buddhist chant
Because
begins.
you look at him, my usual Watford fullback was Nathan Aké. But he's just a little bit too expensive, Nathan Aké. So I've gone for Neom. Averages 7.4 points, and he's only 3.2 thousand. So if like me, you are a budget defence kind of guy, he's your man.
I feel like Neom didn't exist until I picked him.
I feel like you invented him.
It's true. I feel like I made him in a lab, like Frankenstein. Like no one knew, and now, quite rightly, DraftKings world, you should all be picking Neom.
I think you should seek him out and just kind of
Like-
you owe me. You owe me, Neom.
I'm going to tweet him. I'm going to tweet him. As
You
soon
should
as it's done.
tweet him this video. We'll all tweet him this video and
Yeah,
let
yeah.
him know. I mean,
Yeah.
Hopefully he's on Twitter, otherwise we embarrassed ourselves.
I'm sure he is.
So now we got to move on to the midfield. Jamie, take us through your midfield. Or have you spent some money here, or are you going all Bournemouth again?
Spent some big money. Kevin De Bruyne. Can't not pick him. I'm a little bit worried he won't play that much because he's not. He's
Getting ready for the Champions League.
Yeah, but even though last week played 56 minutes and got over 20 points on DraftKings, he's just the ultimate fantasy football player. He's crosses, shots, goals, assists. As I said earlier, he's one of the best midfielders in Europe. There's nothing to make me pick against him this week. He's still got 16.1 fantasy points per game, and he's hardly played this season. So after that, I've got Bakary Sakho from Palace. A lot of this hinges on him actually starting, but 3,700. He loves crossing, loves shooting off target. Has had double-digit points the last 2 weeks, and hasn't played the whole game either week. He was sub 2 weeks ago and got like 14 points. Last week he got another 16, 17 points. We're only playing Norwich. It should be okay. And then after this, I did have.
Really cocky after that West Ham draw, isn't he?
You've not won a league game in 3 months.
West Ham are good.
Only Norwich.
Stephen Davis I was going to have, but he's injured, so I've replaced him with James Ward-Prowse, who looks very similar to him. Basically the same person, apart from that Ward-Prowse is English and Stephen Davis is Northern Irish.
There's no difference there, is there? I've only lived here.
No.
They're both British, let's say.
There's only a C between them.
Yeah.
They're both British. Does a similar job to Stephen Davis, really. Takes all the set pieces. Isn't as good, but can't do anything if he's injured, so yeah. And he's cheaper.
Tyrone, how about your midfield?
Let's just get him out the way. I've got De Bruyne also for exactly the same reasons. I'd always look at him forlornly as the one that got away because, of course, because Chelsea, we bought him very cheaply a few years ago, loaned him out for loads of seasons, played him for a little bit. Mourinho didn't fancy him for some reason. We shot him out to Wolfsburg, and the rest is history. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He is the greatest ginger on the planet. And I've said that about others.
Embarrassing.
Awkward.
Yeah, come on.
Obviously, you're not that far behind, Jamie. But you
I
don't
didn't even notice he was
do.
ginger, for one.
He started scoring.
Well, he's more of a strawberry blonde, but he's definitely in the
I
ginger
think he's
family.
more to the blonde end.
Yeah.
You think he's
No,
more
I'd,
the
I'd
blonde?
like to. Actually, no, I'm taking him for gingers.
Take him.
Take him on the team, man.
Seriously, yeah.
Steve Sidwell.
They've got Brad Pitt, the blondies. You've got Kevin De Bruyne.
Sidwell and De Bruyne.
That's right. De Bruyne. Wow, he's just he's amazing. It's beyond a fantasy
Dreamy.
player. He's just he's dreamy. I love
I'd
him.
have a
And-
double take Kevin De Bruyne if he was in a team next to Steve Sidwell. And he's just lining up and De Bruyne goes, what? Steve Sidwell.
I'm the ginger.
I tell you what, maybe that's what you should do with your writing gig with DraftKings. Come up with the ultimate ginger 11. You should do that as a gingerhead man yourself. I think it'd
be in there.
It'd be dereliction of duty if you don't do that. That's what I think.
You can make a Stockwell, too.
Stockwell 11.
Yeah. Yes, it would be Nathaniel Klein, Roger Moore.
I'm sure Palace have got some youngsters there from.
Yeah, no, I think they have. We could probably convince Kieran Gibbs is from up the road. But yeah, so De Bruyne, for obvious reasons, is just phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Next to him, I've gone for Andros Townsend. I never thought I'd ever do it, but it was, I know.
That's a massive.
It
Now
is.
I don't feel so bad about my big call in midfield. That's a big call.
It's a big call. I've got for Andros. He's a player I don't particularly like, but nonetheless, I respect his talent on the day. Will he do it against Southampton? It's unlikely, but
So why'd you pick him?
because he's quite cheap, and he's still averaging 8.9. He's still averaging like 9 points a season for reasons that you've
Does
given us.
love an aimless cross.
You guys are dicks,
It is
right?
true.
We always pick him.
You always pick him, and I never do. In the week I pick him, you're like, ha ha ha, ha, like I'm a mug.
Because we've been, but we
You've been burned.
we took one for you on that one.
I know, and I never learned, did I? Oh gosh. So I've gone for Andros. He's going to be in the Championship next year, and I find that quite funny because
So well down there as well.
he should do.
He'll be player of the season down
How's he
there.
brilliant in the Championship?
He will, because I've always found him a little bit overrated, but not without talent. It's just flattering to deceive. But there we are. I can't say that to you. You know him far too well for his years at Spurs. So I've gone for him, and then I've gone for a Palace guy. I've gone for Punchin, who's
Oh, I love that.
he's back. He's back. He's averaging 9.4, and again, he hasn't played much this season through injuries and whatnot. But I do think that Palace are finally going to get that victory. I think they're finally going to get that win. It's going to come at the expense of Norwich, and I think Punchin might be instrumental. So there we are. He's very cheap. He's very cheap as well.
Really
3
cheap. I like that.
All right, then we're moving to Andy's midfield. You say you got some gold for us? Throw it down.
I've chucked some money at my midfield. I got Robbie Brady of Norwich because even when Norwich have been crap most of the year, but he still averages 13.7 points a game. So, and at 6.2, you just can't not. He's kind of become our new Shaqiri. I think I'm going to pick Robbie Brady every week now. Shaqiri's.
I love Robbie
I've killed Shaqiri.
Don't compare him to that guy.
Oh no, not as talent, but as he's a safe,
Reliable.
He's a reliable,
He's-
he's a reliable player to have in your midfield. I too have gone for Kevin De Bruyne as well because you just can't not pick him. He's too good. He's my favourite. I kind of forgotten about him because he was injured for so long. Then when he came back, it was like, oh right, yeah, that's why we all thought City were going to win the league at the start of the season. It was that guy. It was Kevin De Bruyne because he's so good. And against West Brom, De Bruyne's just going to run riot.
I think he's going to get kicked.
Yeah, but then that'll lead to a sending
Not good
off.
enough to get close
And
to
he'll run right.
suspended as well,
He'll run
so-
right. He'll run
Would
right.
have been the guy.
That would have been the guy. Oxman.
Then my other midfield pick is, again, I never thought I'd say this, but I've gone for Tom Cleverley.
Wow.
Well, I know. He averages 9.4 points a game. They're playing a very disinterested Watford. He's cheaper than Ross Barkley, who I couldn't afford, and Barkley's kind of started to perform recently. Cleverley's recent stats have been pretty good. So, yeah, I think against a disinterested Watford at 4.2 thousand, he's a decent pick.
like
So
your logic.
I've gone for that. I've gone for.
I'd rather Andros still though.
No.
Really?
No.
Then Cleverley?
I'd rather have gone for Cleverley now. You guys completely boxed it.
I don't know. I'll take Townsend off you. Then you can have Cleverley.
Well, we'll
What do you
find.
mean? Hang on, you can have Cleverley. I'm the one that's got to give Cleverley up. You can't
You
take
can have
down.
like Lennon or someone.
Go on, you can have Andros back.
Yeah, you can have Andros gone.
All right, I'll swap Andros Townsend for Tom Cleverley
Very
because you're my mate. All right,
mate.
I'll swap him.
Well, you can make your own lineups, right? DraftKings, you don't have to switch players to people. You can actually put that person in your lineup, and he's yours too. You just take him home with you. Make
Oh no, don't take Andros Townsend home with you. I've heard.
Don't know. Hey, whatever. You can, and
He's
it's just.
Forehead's huge.
Yeah,
Something wrong with
he's a
that.
messy
Oh my
eater.
God, I am so into that. 'Cause I like to show movies
him
on
plastic
little portable
plates.
projectors.
Overstays his welcome.
All right, Jamie, take me forward. What you got in your forward? You spend some big cash. You bling it out.
One big cash, one almost.
Okay.
Quite, yeah, I'd say he is big cash. Graziano Pelle.
Pelle.
3 goals in 3 games against Newcastle in his career. He's been very good the last few weeks, and it's not a disservice to him that he didn't score against Leicester because their defence is very, very strong. And I really like Pelle. I'd love to have him at Palace. He's way too good for us, but
It's because he's a good-looking boy, isn't it? Yeah. He's a very good-looking boy.
Oh, he is a good-looking boy.
That is ridiculous.
Did you see him at the Player of the Year Awards in a tux?
I need.
I mean, that's a man who was born to wear a tux. He's a good-looking fella.
He is. You need to look him up.
Seriously,
fine. Yeah,
seriously.
Change your views.
Seriously.
It needs, yeah.
He's no Tom Brady, I'll bet. But go ahead.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
Oh my gosh. Guys, we'll dish on this. Go on. You want to cut off? We're doing pillow talk next. We talk about this guy in the Premier League. Oh, Tiger beat. Who else?
This guy isn't up there in the cute stakes with Pella.
Oh, that's.
But this
Troy Deeney.
Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez, 8,000. 27 DraftKings points last week. He's heating up right now, and I think he'll have a good day against a West Ham defence that conceded 2 against Palace. So, yeah.
Sanchez. Yep. All right. Tyrone, Jamie's just thrown a dirty Sanchez under your nose. Who have you got in your forwards?
That's good. I've gone for Mr. Gradle. Ready and willing, as I call him. Mr. Gradle, 5.2 thousand, but with good reason. He averages 11.7 points per game. So he's very good. So I've got him there. And why have I picked him? He's playing Villa. So there we are. I think he's going to have a lot of fun. He's going to score a lot of points. And now on to the point where my team completely unravels. And this is the point where DraftKings viewers should pay no more attention to me, because I picked a man who isn't even going to be playing. I really thought his suspension was up, and I literally only just found out on the elevator up to this to the studio. But I've gone for Diego Costa because I thought he would score against Swansea in South Wales, and actually what he'd be playing is not allowed to. So I've wasted a lot of money. I've wasted 7,000 of my budget on him. He won't even be playing. So. Yeah.
Well, normally in DraftKings you can just change.
You can get
you can, yeah. No, I should follow that up with. But that's me, and I'm too lazy to actually even really.
So who are you going to change him to?
Who's worth 7,000?
big up there. You could have Pella.
Yeah, I might. Well, just, you know what? I'm going to put Pella in because he's playing Newcastle and he is the most handsome man in the world of soccer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he's the man just got another slave. Andy, who you got? Bring me forward.
Because we were slagging him off earlier and saying he's not worth the 60 million that he's been quoted. I've picked Romelu Lukaku, but for the reasons why I kind of slag him off. He's a flat track bully. He likes beating up teams that are disinterested. Watford are going to be very disinterested. So you know, at 7.6, he's. I like picking Aguero, but Aguero's just too expensive this week. So I've gone for Lukaku. I think Watford are going to be compliant, and he may get one, may get two. The other player I've gone, because Diego Costa's injured, I've gone for Pedro of Chelsea. He scored 2 last week. Even if he doesn't start, he's likely to come on. You know, he likes shooting, he likes dribbling. He's decent. Averages 9.6 points a game, and he's only 4.6. So he's a decent player.
And you know what? He's looking really interested again. He had sort of quite a blazing start for Chelsea when he came across the end of last year, and then it was this big sag. But just the last month or so, yeah, he's really.
I thought he looked really good last week. I mean, he's got a pattern as well, but I thought Pedro looked really good, so I've gone for him.
All right. Well, the other thing we have is utility players, just like that frozen bottle of vodka you keep in your freezer. It's like, oh my gosh, look what I've got. Something surprising that helps out my team. Utility players. Tyrone, who you got utility player? God, I want frozen vodka right now. What is this?
I don't like vodka, but I'm more of a whiskey man. But I would say, same reason as earlier. I picked Gradle. I picked his mate. up front. I've gone for a Phobie. He is only 4.5. He doesn't score many lately. I have to say it's definitely been a bit of a dry spell that he's hit. But
kind of scored them when he needed to and then stopped.
Exactly. He has stopped scoring, but why have I picked him?
That's what we have.
He's playing Aston Villa.
Oh, he's playing Villa.
Yeah. If he's going to make a comeback at this stage of the season, who better to play than Aston Villa? So I've gone for a Phobie. And then next to him, I've gone for a man I'm going to have to sub out because I didn't realise he was injured. I made the same error as you, but I know you've already made the transfer. I haven't got rid of Steve Davies yet. I have to because he's injured, but he is a talented player ordinarily. 3.9 thousand. I have to think of another utility player.
Kind of messed up your lineup a bit this week.
I'm jet lagged. I'm so jet lagged, guys. You don't understand. But yeah.
All right, Andy, who you got?
Well, you know, utilities, I ran out of money, but I've gone for Bakary Sacco at 3.7 because his stats are good, and like you said, he might come on, he might start. He's a player that's cheap and yeah, worth a lot of points. The other one, the fact that he costs 2.4 thousand says everything about the reason why I picked him.
Is he not the equipment manager?
Is Chelsea's new centre half star Miaga.
Good.
He's only 2.4 thousand. He's definitely going to play. And I reckon an 81st minute bullet header from a corner to seal the points for Chelsea. So yeah, he's your man.
You usually find with Chelsea, certainly this season, players coming in on their first or second game really make an impression.
Yeah.
It's like
Trying to showcase themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. Here
It
I am.
really is. Rahman, Pedro, Kennedy, Pato, his first game last season. So there's some good logic there, actually.
All right, Jamie, let's go through your utilities. Let's round it down.
Right, third player in my Bournemouth stack, Adam Smith, who
Great economist.
Tyrone has.
Yeah.
Daniels is too expensive, so I had to take Smith basically. It doesn't get as many points, but I think they'll have a very, very good day against Villa. And my second one is Nicolas Otamendi from Man City. I think with De Bruyne back, he'll be a threat from set pieces because he did score a couple of goals from corners earlier in the season. And they'll probably keep a clean sheet. It's West Brom. I don't expect him to get that many points, but if he gets 10, it'll be nice.
Well, very good. Let's take a look at our lineups. We're going to go through all the guys. Let's see. We'll start with Andy. Oh, my gosh. He really does not like goalkeepers in defense, does he? Look at how cheap. But still, not a good, pretty good balance there. And De Bruyne, very valued at 7,700, the biggest pick. Moving on, we got Jamie's here. Again, another De Bruyne as well. Some low value, but very good all over the place. And then let's go to Tyrone. Checking out his lineup.
Oh, crime scene.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, there's...
I think the phobia might be.
It's almost like that's how West
I think a phobia's out as well.
yeah. That's what happens when you don't...
Gets to
actually
Gradle
look
and then
at
that's it.
yeah. You got to make sure you always check your lineup. You always got to make sure you check to see if people are injured, if maybe they're dead, or they're not playing. Those things happen.
Or got transferred last season.
Yeah, they got transferred, or they retired 5 years ago. You never know. But check your lineups. Put together your own 11-man team. Just go to DraftKings.co.uk. Welcome to the big time.